Hello, 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 and welcome to the Cup TV, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality. And we can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm your girl, Lana, your resident evil diva, and I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. Purr. I am currently just drinking a little water here because you know hydration is important. But you know what else is important? That is my cup mug, And since it's just me, panel full of cup mugs, panel full of cup mugs, beer, 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 beer. Love Island edition, purr. And you can get your cup mug or any of our beautiful cup merch at lanagcreations.etsy.com. That link will be in the description below. And we do ship internationally and domestically, so there are no excuses. I mean, unless your postal service is running a bit slow, and sometimes that happens. But a delay, a delay is never a deny. It's just going to take a little time to get there, but it will get there. So just get your cup merch. Period. And today I am here talking Love Island All Stars. I'm a little late to the party. Here we are. So hear me out and don't crucify me. So we get our episodes a little later. And then this weekend I kind of got shifted a little bit. And so the recording got pushed back a little. But I am very much caught up until I'm very much caught up, and I'm going to give you all the recaps for all the episodes. Right now, we're going to focus on episode 1 and 2. Before you know it, 3 and 4 will be out. And before you know that, 5 and 6 will be out. And then we'll keep going. We'll continue to give you probably episodes in twos because we have this happening every day. Plus, we have traders happening every day. Well, 3 days a week. And then Australian Survivor will happen 3 days a week. So we have to figure out time because as much as I would love to be here all the time talking to you guys, that's actually impossible. It's really impossible for me to do it. So we're going to shift things and make sure, but we're going to get all the episodes out to you, I promise, because that is my promise in 2025 is to get the Cup TV content out on a regular basis on time. And because we have goals here, we want to reach our goals of hitting 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And so I'm going to do my part in getting the content out to you. And I just need you to do your part. And that is to subscribe to this channel. I appreciate you so much for those who have subscribed, but we really need you to continue to get more people to subscribe. So if this is your first time checking out one of our videos, welcome. We appreciate you. Second of all, please subscribe to this channel. We appreciate that. We appreciate if you're a fan of competition reality television, this is the channel for you. We're going to give you all of our thoughts and, our recaps on what happened on these shows. So please check out check this out. Hit the subscribe button, hit the follow button, do all the things, the notification bell so you won't miss a single video that we drop. Also, follow our other channels. We have 3 other channels that you can join. All of those links will be in the description below, so you can follow us there. Our audio podcast links is also in the description below. So if you need to check us out on the go, you know where to go and click on those audio podcast links. As well as our Patreon, we're getting exclusive content and across all 4 channels and early access across all 4 channels. So go check out our Patreon. And check out our socials at the Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky, and any other place that we're going to have to go eventually. We're going to go. We're going to go where the people are. So follow us on all of our socials. So we're going to get into it because baby, I have to get cute for Love Island because the girlies are gorgeous, and we want to talk about it. So let's get into it. I'm going to move myself over because I'm going to bring in the All-Stars. They're here. Let me take the banner off just a second so you can see everything. The Love Island All-Stars the cast is here. We're here talking about episodes 1 and episodes 2. And yeah, let's get into it. Because here's our cast. Our cast started with Kaz. Oh, it's Kaz with a Z. And I made sure I put S on all of the things that I have for her. So it'll be changed next week. I promise. The next episode, it'll be changed. But on this episode, I spelled her name wrong. Looking for me. That's okay. I just got to fix it. But I will fix it next time because I'm not going to stop it and do it now. But here's our cast. Kaz. We have Kaz from season 5. We have Gabby from season 3. We have Elma from season, I think that's 5. Okay, so let's see. I'm looking at my other screen. That's why y'all like, what is she doing? Okay, so Kaz is from season 4. Gabby is from season 3. Elma's from season 5. India is also from season 5. Olivia is from season 9. 9. Catherine is from season 10. Scott is from season 2. Marcel is from season 3. Curtis is from season 5. Nas is from season 6. Luca is from season 8. And Ronnie is from season 11. You know, I'm blind as a bat sometimes, so I can barely see that screen. But sorry. But this is our amazing cast. They all come in, and they come in 2 by 2 to come right into Maya Jama being there, looking stunning and incredible. Okay, let me preference this by saying I did not watch all of these series of Love Island. I started watching Love Island. I started watching just the US versions of Love Island, and I really didn't watch all of the seasons of the original Love Islands until last season. And so I started watching that last season of Love Island UK. And so I'm coming into this with very fresh eyes. I don't know these people except Curtis because he was on Love Island Games, and Catherine because I've seen a lot of her stuff, clips and things on Twitter and TikTok and all that stuff. But I haven't watched their seasons. So I don't know the history behind a lot of their seasons until they mention things on the show. So I have very fresh eyes about these people. And so I feel like this is I appreciate that I don't know them and I don't know their histories. And so I'm coming in here with very fresh eyes. Like, okay, I'm judging these people on this, not even judging, but I'm looking at these people with this fresh, perspective. I don't have the history of like, oh, this person did this on this last season and have preconceived notions about them. No. All of everything that I will talk about is what I see in these episodes that I watch because I don't know their histories and all of those things. So, and I kind of like that. I kind of appreciate that I don't have to be like, oh, this person was like this, and oh, this person was like, no. All I know is this is how, this is what it is. These people on this show in this atmosphere is what I will be basing my opinions on. And that's really what it is, just opinions. So, but they come in 2 by 2 to beat Maya Jama, and Maya's looking amazing. And I really enjoyed how they did that. I liked how they came in. Like usually it's girls coming in first and then the guys coming in later. That's how they used to do it in US seasons that I watch. And I'm like, oh, okay. But I like this one. Curtis and Catherine come in first, and they are excited to meet each other. They meet each other and talk to Maya. And then we see, I think it was India who came in next with Scott. India and Scott, or Gabby and Scott. I think it was Gabby and Scott. Gabby and Scott comes in. Then India and Luca. If I'm saying this out of order, that's my apologies. But Olivia and Ronnie, Kaz and Nas, and then no, Kaz and Marcel, Elma and Nas. They all come in. But they all come in, and right away we see tension because when Gabby sees Marcel, she's like, oh. And this is where I was like, oh, somebody got beef. Come to realize Gabby and Marcel left the show, their series together. They were together for 10 months, almost 12 months. So almost a year after the show. Marcel apparently cheated on Gabby while they were on holiday together, which I was like, oh, that's not, bruh. Oh, bruh, no. Not you cheated while you were on holiday together in the same hotel. Like, yeah, that's, So Gabby's kind of just trying to hold her emotions, and she's like, it's fine. No, it's cool. It's cool. It's been a long time. It's been so many years. We're over it. We gotta move on past it, and we're over it. So she's telling herself, she's trying to convince herself that she's over it because it's been so long. But she's obviously annoyed. It's obviously bringing back some feelings that she had, which is understandable, honestly, because you can say so many times, like, it's fine, I'm good, I'm over it, I'm done with him. But the minute you see somebody who you've had some very strong feelings about, and the way that they treated you was a little dirty, it's kind of like, yeah, I'm okay, but I'm not okay. It's like, I'm fine, but I'm still a little pissed. So she's trying to convince herself that everything is fine and everything is good. It's been a long time, but it's obvious. It's obvious on the looks on her face, the way she's, trying to deal with it, and the way she's talking to the girls about it. It's kind of like, I'm okay, but there's some right here, underlying these feelings are bubbling back up to the surface that I thought I buried. I pushed them down, but they're coming back up to the surface. And so, yeah, he's kind of just like, didn't expect to see him here. But it is what it is. What can I do? What can she do? She's not produced on the show. She can't tell him not to be there. So, we find out about a lot of people's past and who they have been dating or not dating. Everybody apparently is here for love for a second time around. So the people who maybe they left the show with, it didn't work out. And so they're here to try to find another shot at love. And so we find out that the couples are not going to pick each other who they want to be in a couple with because the public has picked who they want to see the couple in a couple with. And so we get the first icebreaker, which I rolled my eyes. I'm like, this is so messy. This is messy for no reason. This is messy just for the sake of being messy. It's called the red flag game, and the girls will give out these red flags to the men. So I'm like, okay, that's cool, but how come the guys couldn't give out red flags to the girls? Because do we not think that the girls have red flags? Or was it, I don't know, because it's girls out there with plenty of red flags, just like it's guys out there with plenty of red flags. So I'm like, we couldn't switch it up. And I'm like, who would you give the red flags to or whatever? But the girls had to give out who they thought was a walking red flag. And Marcel is like, I know I'm going to get some of them, at least one. But so who ended up getting red flags? Marcel ended up getting 2 red flags, one from Gabby and I think one from Elma. She was like, you did my girl dirty. India gave Scott a red flag because she was like, he was in my DMs when he was dating the girl he left the island with. So that's kind of a red flag. Catherine, I think, gave Luca a red flag. Oh, probably because Luca got a red flag. Luca got 2 flags actually, because of his comment that he made when he came in was like, if you want to be with me, you got to be with my boys. Like, you got to get along with my boys. And the girls was like, I don't really like that. Like, the way he said it kind of was like, it sounded. Now, I don't know if he meant it this way. I think he meant it like, you got to get my boys out to approve you or they like you or whatever. But the way he said it made it sound like, if you want to get with me, you got to get with my boys. Like they pass people around. It's like, But Luca's young. I think he's the youngest person in the out of the guys, and so I think he might be the youngest person there totally, all of around. But I think he's 25, and so he's kind of still in that. Yo, me and my boys, we hang out all the time, and I need you to, to hang out with my boys, and you got to like my boys. They got to like you. Da da da. Type of thing. So Catherine was like, yeah, you're kind of young. And I think somebody else gave him one. I think it was Kaz. No, I think it was Olivia. He was kind of like, nah, I didn't care. But Kaz gave hers to Ronnie. I think Ronnie got a flag. I can't really remember how he got a flag. But he got one. Gabby, of course, gave hers to Marcel. Nobody was surprised. So Marcel ended up getting 2. Scott got 1. Luca got 2. Curtis and Nas didn't get any. And so that was that. I didn't really understand the point of that game. I didn't really like it, honestly. In my opinion, didn't really like it. But then we go and find out. They go and get dressed for the night to have their party. Go mingle and beat each other, and they were talking, and people had conversations. Marcel and Gabby had a conversation. They talked a little bit in the dressing area. She laid out how she was feeling about how hurt she was and how, those things. And he apologized for hurting her, and he was like, I apologize. I should have said these things to you way before now. And he said, I feel bad that I didn't do that, and I feel bad for what I did to you. She had mentioned some things during the game, like he told people that they were in a showmance. That's what he told the girl who he cheated on her with, that it was just a showmance. And she was like, just a showmance. We were together for 10 months or almost a year, and what are you saying? This is a showmance? So she was kind of hung up on the showmance idea and upset about that. And he was like, I don't remember saying it, but if I did say that, I apologize to you, because what we had was definitely way more than just a showmance. It was, he was like, he just realized that being the pressure coming out of the villa, being the winning couple, it's kind of like the public expects some things from you, and he couldn't uphold to those things. It was just a lot. And so she kind of was like, okay, I understand. I forget, it's going to take a minute to, wrestle some things and get these feelings under control. But I'm not mad at you. I have already moved on past it. And it was that she talked to the girls, and the girls was like, would you see yourself getting back with him? And for a moment, I was like, I kind of think she would. Like, it's the comfortable feeling factor about seeing your ex, even if they did you wrong and you don't want to be with them. And when you're on a show like this, I can see how just falling back into the comfortability of being with this person, y'all can make it work, and it's appealing. But she was like, I'm not trying to do that. I didn't come here to get back with my ex. And I don't think he did. They both agreed to not hinder either one's experience. Like, they are not going to let the drama of their past hinder the experience of what's happening right now, which I appreciate, because it's not worth it. You have moved on, both of you have said that you've moved on. So move on and let each other find happiness and love elsewhere. And even though it's weird that you have to watch it happen, but at some point you get to a point where you honestly really don't care and you want nothing but the best for them. So they had that good conversation, and I thought it was a really worthwhile conversation. And she did kind of, she was like, but no, I didn't come here for my ex. I came here to find a new love, and I want to experience that. So there was that. So they get dressed, they get ready they have their party, they're mingling. Maya comes in, she's like, let's go by the pool and let's see who the public has picked for you. So we're gonna get into our new couples because the public picked the couples, and I was like, public, do it right. let's do the right thing, and let's do the right thing, public. The first, we see people talking and we see people having conversations and vibing and getting along, and I was like, okay. Certain couple people who were talking, I was like, that might be a good couple. So we saw Curtis and Cass talking, we saw Ronnie and Elma talking, we saw Scott and India talking because they had to figure out the little squabble that they had about the red flags. And she was like, because Scott was like, she slid in my DMs, and she's like, excuse me, you were the ones who slid in my DMs. Let's not play. And so he apologized for saying that when he knew he didn't slide into. I'm like, why you lying, bro? Just admit you slid in her DMs, even when you slid in her DMs when you was with somebody. That's so. You know, they talked it out. We saw. Those are all the conversations that we saw. Like, we didn't see anybody else's conversations. Maybe they happened, maybe they didn't. We just didn't see them. But here are the new couples. The first one was Cass and Curtis. I'm sorry, Cass. I will put your Z on your name for the next video. It's but Cass and Curtis, they got together. Like I said, great conversations from the get-go with them. They started, and yeah, I thought that was a good match. I said the public did well with that. Interesting. I really love Kaz's hair. I love this pixie cut on her. She looks beautiful. She looks great. I'll put the logo back. But she looks great. I really do like that. But that pixie cut on her. It's like, girl, work. You're doing it. You're doing it. Nope, I'll leave it off. But Kaz and Curtis are our first couple. Olivia and Luca are our second couple. And I think they were happy at first. They were like, okay, yeah, this is happy at first. I'll say that. Then the next couple was Catherine and Nas. Okay. I wasn't mad at this coupling. I wanted to see how this ends up or how it develops. We didn't see conversation between them, so I don't know if they had chemistry or whatever because we didn't see it. But eyes open just to keep watching and see what happens. Then we had Elma and Ronnie. They really wanted to be together, so it was interesting that the UK voted for them to couple up. They had a good, connection right off the bat, so there was that. And then India and Scott, which, like I said, they had their couple off the bat. They were good. They had their moment, and then they squashed it, but they knew each other for a while. They've been friends for a minute, but never moved past the friend zone. It was just like, he was like, we've been friends, we just never moved past friend zone. So it's interesting that the public put us together, and we'll see. It was a comfort. They felt comfortable together, so it worked for them. And so yeah. And then the the public was messy, and they put Gabby and Marcel together, and I was like, why? These people have done this. They've broken up. They've moved on, And she's trying to move on. He's trying to move on. Why would y'all do that to the public? Why? So messy. So messy. But they kind of figured it was going to happen. And they were like, I mean, the public is so used to seeing us together anyway. So, and I'm like, that's not an excuse. That's just messy on top of messy, because why would you couple these people up when they're exes? Like, come on. Come on. It was rude. It was rude, but yeah. They are together. And that's the couple. But you would think that would be it. That's all that's gonna happen, right? Oh no, 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 no. A bombshell has entered the villa right away. Just after they get coupled, a new bombshell is coming in the villa, and it's no one other than Ekin-Su. Ekin-Su is, ooh, not me hitting that. Ekin-Su is in the building, and she's gonna come in and steal somebody's man. She got 24 hours to talk to all the guys, and she's going to steal one of these men from these girls. And before she does that, she gets to go to the Secret Garden, which is a new addition to the Love Island villa. You can only access this villa if you are talking to someone who you are not in a couple with, and they are also in a couple. Like, you just can't pull two single people or somebody who's single in there, or you're single. No, you have to be. They have to be in a couple. You have to be in a couple, but you want to have a secret rendezvous with them. And so she gets to go to the Secret Garden with three of the guys of her choosing to have a date with. So she chooses Scott, she chooses Ronnie, and she chooses Curtis, and they all head out into the Secret Garden to talk. And the conversations are flowing. They are, each one of them are bringing their own, razzmatazz, their suave to the conversation. Ekin-Su is being very flirty and, giving the eyes and, twirling her hair. And she's laughing and giggling, and the guys are just talking and making her laugh. And it's interesting. Scott is doing a lot of talking, and she's feels like she's, more into Scott. Um, but Ronnie seems a little shy. Curtis is a little bit in the middle. He's kind of very relaxed. He's very relaxed. Like, he flirts when he needs to, but he's, quiet when he needs to be. Like, he's never right out. So he's very in the middle of Scott and Ronnie. Conversations are good. They're talking about, relationships and past and, times on the shows and all kinds of stuff. It's a good conversation. She's getting to know them very well. We didn't see any conversations that she had with anybody else but these three. So it let me believe that one of these three are the only three, one out of the three she's going to pick. Like, she has no interest in Luca, no interest in Nas, and no interest in Marcel. Like, these are the three. And because we didn't see her talking to those three at all. Even though she said she talks to all the guys, we didn't see it. So it was obviously that those were the guys that she was interested in the most. After talking to those three, she comes out, talks to the girls. The girls are like, how was the conversation? She was like, it was great. Everything was good. The guys are like, really much into trying to figure out how, the conversations with her went. And it was just one of those, like, yeah, we're good. Everything is good. Conversations was fun. Everybody felt like she was leaning towards Scott and, who she liked more. But she had 24 hours to get it to make her decision. So she was going to talk to some more people the next day or later on the night. And so it was just really just a lot of people having different conversations all over the place. Yeah. So the first night where the couples had to go and spend the night together. Everybody get dressed for bed. Nothing spectacular happened, you know. It's the first night. What are we expecting? People were wondering if Gabby and Marcel were gonna be okay. They were like, we're comfortable. You know, people building pillow forts to kind of, but to make some barriers. But you know, nothing crazy. Everybody went to bed. Ekin was in her own bed. Everybody goes to bed. Wake up the next morning. All of it the same. People are breaking off into couples. Curtis brings Kaz some coffee. She's like, oh, that's so sweet, because Curtis is known to make coffees, apparently. That's his thing. He makes everybody's coffee. And so he made Kaz coffee. So she's like, oh, that's so nice. She's the first person to get coffee brought to her from the guy. Everyone's just, you know, doing their thing. It's conversations. We did finally see Luca and Olivia talk. We saw Nas and Catherine finally talk. And, you know, I think everything with those conversations were like very surface level, very, you know, just trying to get to know you for, you know, just trying to get to know you. And it was nice. It was nice. Nothing crazy. We saw Ronnie talk to Ekin again. We see Scott talk to Ekin again. Each time they talk, Elma and India get a little nervous. Like, oh, okay. Cass too, because we saw Ekin talk to Curtis again. So every time you see Ekin talking to one of the guys, the girl that they're coupled with, it's kind of like, oh, it's okay. No, it's fine, because it's the game. This is what we came here to do. We want everybody to, you know, this is what we came to do. It's fine. It's fine. So yeah, this is all going into episode 2, by the way. I'm just doing both episodes all together. So because episode 1 ended when Ekin got there. Episode 2 is all the talking stuff. Okay, but they're talking, they're getting, you know, she's still trying to figure out what she's trying to do. Ekin is not letting on to any of the girls what she's thinking and like what she has, you know, planned, who she's leaning towards. She's really keeping her cards close to her chest. And but from the guys' perspective, they still think that she is leaning more towards Scott. She has a good conversation with Curtis, and her and Curtis seems to really just be on the same vibe when it comes to like what they expect, what they want out of a relationship. And me personally, I was like, this looks like the connection that she wants. I was like, I don't know, because they keep saying Scott, but I wasn't seeing it. Even in the conversations that she had with Scott one-on-one, it felt a little not there. Like the spark wasn't there. I felt the spark more when I was watching the conversation between her and Curtis than I did with her and Scott. And then with her and Ronnie, it actually felt a lot more. The second on the one-on-one, it felt like a lot more spark between her and Ronnie on the one-on-one than it did at the in the secret garden. And I think Ronnie was just a little nervous. It was first day. He was just got coupled with Alma, who he enjoyed the conversation with. It was so I think it was a little, you know, a little nerves. But I think he got back on his game during the his one-on-one conversation with her. So it was interesting to see the dynamics throughout the day of how Ekin just moved. And so I don't know. I kind of enjoyed watching how she moved. Like, I think she was a great bombshell. I think she was a really good bombshell. She's gorgeous. She's stunning, of course. Gorgeous enough to make the girls a little, but not too, she wasn't being like overtly rude. She was just like, here, look, I'm come to do what I came to do. I'm a bombshell. I come to talk to these guys, to pick one, and you just have to respect it. And that's what it was. It wasn't crazy. It wasn't anything that was just out of the way. I thought she was a really good bombshell. Me personally. I was just like, she's a really good bombshell. I'm not mad at it. So after she does, after all of the conversations she had with everybody, um, all the conversations that went on throughout the day, like I said, nothing spectacular. Cass was very much still trying to let Curtis know that she is, like, I'm here. I know you're getting to know her. Just know I'm here too. And he was like, yeah, for sure. No, no doubt, no doubt. Um, and it was crazy because that morning, like Ekansu slept in the bed next to Curtis and Cass. And the next morning, like she was flirting with Curtis and Cass was like, yeah, you want to join? Like invited her to bed with him. And like, it was kind of funny, but like, I was like, foreshadowing. Like she's got to take your man, in my opinion. Um, but it was fun. It was funny to see that. And I was like, okay. Um, we did. Kaz was kind of acting like, it is what it is. The game is the game, which we all should be because it is. It's a game, and we shouldn't be, super jealous. Especially you just got there a day ago, so it's not like you're totally in love with somebody in a day. So that was that. That night happens. They get dressed. They look all gorgeous. They come down for the thing. More conversations are happening. But Ekansu has to make a choice. She has to make her choice. And she is going to choose who she is going to end up with. And everybody's like, it's Scott. It's Scott. I mean, even to the point where India was like, bye. And she was like, I choose this person because how I feel like we are on the same page. I feel like we have a connection that I want to explore, all of that, yada, yada, yada. Everything's great. And in my head, I'm like, it's not Scott. Because I don't think she had that. And she was like, we're on this level of maturity that we have that I feel. And I was like, oh, I know who it is. It's Curtis. It's definitely Curtis because that spark and that conversation that they had was definitely very mature, even they found out that she lives in the same apartment building as Curtis's ex, like right next to each other, Maura, who I love, Maura Higgins, by the way. Love Maura Higgins. Love her. Don't look at my pimple. Love Maura. And so I forgot that Curtis had that history more, but love her. But yeah, she does end up picking Curtis. And I was like, absolutely. It made sense. So the new couple is Ekansu and Curtis, which leaves Kaz as single, but all is not lost because there is someone coming. I did not put it in here. I did not put that the new bombshells picture in here because I want to save it for the next one. Because a lot happens, and I know they left us on a cliffhanger with episode 3, episode 2 going into 3 and 4. But I don't want 3. I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to say a new bombshell is entering the villa after Cass is left single, and we'll discuss that when I do episodes 3 and 4. Absolutely. But yeah, it's honestly, and I'm shocked that I actually finish this whole recap in this amount of time. But honestly, I feel like this season is good so far from what I've seen. And it has potential to be really, really good. I feel like the dramas go drama. The drama will drama because a lot of these people have history together or with around each other. Because the conversation did happen in this episode that I want to talk about before I finish, between Cass and Luca, because Luca tells Cass that, you know, he has a friend who his one of his best friends dated Olivia. And he was like, I don't know if I feel comfortable dating her or hooking up with her or trying, doing this with her after she's dated one of my friends. I mean, nothing bad with her that he said, but it's still, I don't know if I want to date her or whatever. And so that's something that is some drama that could potentially come up in. No, it's coming up in episode 3. It's coming back out in episode 3. And we're going to talk about it because, baby, yeah, I have, episode 3 is where the drama gets good. And episode 3 is where I was like, oh, somebody's messy. Somebody cannot not keep their mouth closed. So, and you know what? I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Entertainment wise, I'm here for it. Now, if it was happening to me, I'd be like, seriously. But we'll talk all about that because I'm going to come right back and we're going to talk about episodes 3 and episode 4. Trust me, videos are coming very quickly right now because I'm trying to get caught up because I don't want you to feel like I'm not doing what I said I'm going to do. So I'm going to get caught up and I'm going to get episodes 3 and episode 4 out very quickly, very, very quickly. So do not worry. But be sure to watch this episodes and do all the things that say you support us. Hit the subscribe, do all of those things. Because I'm going to be all invested in Love Island All-Stars. Just like I was for Love Island Season 6 on USA. So I'm going to be just as invested in Love Island All-Stars. So trust me, I will get caught up and the videos are going to be coming very rapidly after I'm all the way caught up. But I didn't want you all to think I'm not doing Love Island because I love Love Island. I'm going to do it. I'm very much a new fan and I'm invested. So I'm here for the long haul. So I appreciate you all taking this journey with me. Thank you for watching. And please understand that I am human and some things do happen in life that I can't control, but I will try my best to do everything in order as quickly and efficiently as possible. But just, yeah. I'm going to stop apologizing, but I'm just saying, I'm sorry one more time. But please follow us here on this channel. Please follow all of our other channels. All those links will be in the description below, as well as our audio podcast links if you need to check us out on the go, and our Patreon if you need, so you can get early access and exclusive content across all 4 of the channels here. Follow us on all of our socials at The Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, all the things. And get your merch at lanagcreations.etsy.com. Y'all see the link. Get your merch. And we're going to get out of here. So, cheers, y'all. Let me cheers you properly. Cheers. Bye.